What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Jacqueline, for those of you that do not know, and this is o.emme.he. It is Monday, which means it is time for another video, and today we are going to be doing the mid-year freakout tag. So if you want to see if I'm freaking out and kind of a little check-in for the reading that I've been doing, please keep watching. So first things first, make sure you subscribe, and I guess that's all I really have to say before we get into this. So let's start with some facts. I am going to be looking at my phone. You like my phone case? Look at, ooh, I love it. Okay, so we are going to be looking at my phone because I did write notes on which books I wanted to include in which parts. But let's just start with my Goodreads reading challenge. I set it to read 100 books for this year, which is what I did last year, and I think that's gonna be like my goal for every year. But I have currently read 53 books so far this year, and I am 6 books ahead of schedule. So there are 13 questions. Let's just jump right into them. Question number 1. The best books you've read so far in 2020. It only asks for 1 book, but I happen to have 3, and I'm going to talk about them based on the order I read them in. So the first one is Between the Shades of Grey by Ruta Petitions, and this is about World War II, and it's about a little girl who is taken from her home, and her family, her little brother and parents, are also taken, and they're all separated. She gets to stay with her mom and her brother, and it just goes through getting into the concentration camps and all that. She wasn't so much concerned with Hitler. They were more concerned about Joseph Stalin. And I did say the last time I talked about this that I really did appreciate reading this, because when it comes to World War II, as far as I'm concerned, I learned way more about Hitler, and Joseph Stalin wasn't really mentioned that much. Okay, next I have Serpent and Dove by Shelby Marin. This is about a witch who ends up marrying a witch hunter. He doesn't know that she's a witch. She definitely knows he's a witch hunter, and they end up falling in love. And there's a lot of twists and turns and a lot of surprising things in here. And the last book that was the best of this year what is Like a Love Story by Abdi Nazmian. This book was so important for me and hit such a soft spot, and I think everybody should read this, whether you're LGBTQIA plus, whether you fall into that or not. I am a cis straight female, and I still really resonated with this, and there's so much important things about taking care of your body, safe sex, AIDS, coming out, all just important things that go on. It takes place in the 80s, where a Chinese or Japanese, I think, boy, a Chinese or Japanese boy named Reza in 1989. He's still in the closet. There is an openly gay boy in a new high school he just moved to, and they become friends, and just so many things happen, and it's so great, and I just love this book. Number 2 is the best sequel you've read so far in 2020, and for this one I have 2 sequels. The first best sequel that I read is The Night Country by Melissa Albert, and this is a sequel to The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. It just picked up at such a good place. The story was amazing. In the second one, I don't know how much I can tell you. Basically, all the people from the fake fairyland have already crossed over into the real world, and they start to go missing and dying. And then it comes out that they're... Oh, I think that's a spoiler. Something comes out very major at the end. Again, I'm the type that really likes twists, turns, big reveals. This definitely has that. And the next and last best sequel that I have in this pile is Children of Virtue and Vengeance by Tomi Adeyemi. I'm so sorry. Tomi Adeyemi. I suck with names. I could hear them 1,000 times and I'm still bad at them. I'm so sorry. This is the sequel to Children of Blood and Bone. This one I loved last year. I loved all up on this book. This just picks off in the land of Orisha where that one left off, and Zaylee and Amari are still fighting for Orisha, and there's a twist in this. Somebody that died in the last book comes back to life, but not really. They were just never dead, but we thought they were dead, but it ends up that they weren't, and they show up in this book, and they're a real big problem. So, and the ending of this is also insane, and there is a third book, and I can't wait, and I want this series just to go on forever because I absolutely love it. Question number 3. New release that you haven't read yet but want to. I'm gonna put the pictures right here. I only listed the new releases that I personally own. The first one I want to talk about that I own but have not read yet, that have come out this year, is You Are Not Alone by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. This is what it looks like. The next one is Writers and Lovers by Lily King. This one is also wrapped in one of those books. Hopefully I get it soon. The next one is Dark and Deepest Red by Anna Marie McLemore. That is the only one that I did not get from the Book of the Month Club. Next, I really want to read Home Before Dark by Riley Sager. I'm so excited. And the next one that I want to read, but I personally do not own, but I'm just really excited for this, is a new book by Ruth Ware that was originally supposed to come out on my birthday, which is September 8th, but has been pushed back to November, and it's called One by One, and I definitely need that. Question number 4. Most anticipated release for the second half of the year. So, One by One by Ruth Ware, which comes out in November, as I said. This is My America by Kim Johnson, which comes out July 28th, and I'm really excited for that one. This is what it looks like. Burn Our Bodies by Rory Power. It comes out July 7th. This is what it looks like. Number 5, the biggest disappointment of 2020, which is Dorothy Must Die by Daniel Page. I gave this 3 stars because there was nothing like wrong with it. I guess I was just expecting it to be 5-star. Next is Biggest Surprise. And the biggest surprise, which is one that I was like about reading, but I actually ended up loving, is House of Salt and Sorrow by Aaron A. Craig. This is definitely a new favorite. I rave about it anytime I can. I don't really talk about it that much on this channel, but I also haven't made that many videos since I read this on my channel. So this is basically a retelling of the 12 Dancing Princesses, but it's surrounded around more the sea, and there's like these 4 or 5 different islands, and the father is like the owner, the king or whatever of one of these islands. He has 12 daughters. When we first meet them, I think we have 8, and we're at one of their funerals. 8 or 9, and we're at one of their funerals, and then a lot of weird stuff start happening after that. So yeah, this is a good one, and of course I gave that 5 stars. Next is favorite new author, debut or new author to you. I have 2 favorite debut authors to me personally, although they've both been around, I feel like, for a while. Roxane Gay. I read Bad Feminist by her this year, and I absolutely love this. I gave it 5 stars, and I am interested to read many more things by her. So I'm definitely going to be stocking up on that soon. Next new to me debut author is Michelle Gable. This book is another book that absolutely changed my life. It was so good. It was so good, and I absolutely loved it. This is basically about, what's her name? Alicia Barr's rumored affair with JFK. Newest fictional crush, that's number 8, and I have none. My heart will forever only belong to Gideon Cross from the Crossfire series, starting here. That's the only person who has my heart in the book land. Number 9, newest favorite character. My newest favorite character is Audrey Rose Wadsworth. Yep, Wadsworth. In the Stalking Jack the Ripper and Hunting Prince Dracula by Carrie Maniscalco. I have these 2 from her, and the main character is Audrey Rose Wadsworth, and she is way beyond her time. She's just amazing. She goes into a profession that at her time is frowned upon for women and even for men, to be honest. She helps her uncle with dead bodies and examining them, finding out what's wrong, and she basically becomes like a forensic detective type situation. And she's very strong-willed, but she doesn't like overpower you with her will, and she just does what she wants. Basically, she just does what she wants, and I love characters who just do what they want. Number 10, a book that made you cry, and that is The Glittering Hour by Iona Gray. This book made me bawl my eyes out a couple times, and I absolutely loved it. It's a very sweet story about love and the love of your mother, the love of your parents. Like, oh, I just don't want to give away too much. It's just really good. Read it. Number 9, newest favorite character. My newest favorite character is Audrey Rose Wadsworth. And she is way beyond her time. She goes into a profession that at her time is frowned upon for women and even for men. She basically becomes like a forensic detective type situation. And she basically becomes like a number 11, a book that made you happy, and that is Emma by Jane Austen. I absolutely love Emma. Emma is my favorite Jane Austen book by far, and it's basically like the original Clueless. Like if you see the movie Clueless, it was based off this. So take with that what you will. Next, number 12, the most beautiful book you've received so far this year, either bought or received. And I have two for this one, and it is The Beauty of Your Face by Sahar Mustafa. This was on my most anticipated books of 2020, and I did end up reading it, and I loved it. I got it from NetGalley, and I loved it so much that I actually went out and bought it. And yeah, the cover is stunning. Next is another most anticipated release with a fabulous cover, and that is Woven in Midnight. Oh, it's just amazing. I talk about this a lot in a few videos, so I will link those down below. It's beautiful. All right, editing Jackie here. I just wanted to say that the last question, my camera cut off before I could read it or answer it, and it was basically the all the books I want to read by the end of the year, which are all my Jane Austen books and all the books on my 5-star predictions. And that's all. I hope everybody has a great night. Bye. Remember to share this and any other video on my platform that you feel your people will love. Remember to check the description for any links. There will be a link to any of the videos that I mentioned, as well as some Black Lives Matter stuff, which will permanently be in my description. I will also link some other Instagrams that you should follow for like information and stuff. And yeah, make sure to follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter. I'm pretty active on there lately, and that's it. Make sure you spread peace and positivity all day, every day, and it'll come back to you. And remember to keep reading. I'll see y'all later. Bye.